I'm about to do, I'm sure nobody expected. But that's what I do. Y'all know me. And right now, I'm about to unleash the dragon.
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's Joey G, Buddha, Cameraman, Danny Mac, NWE, for life. You know what I'm saying? It's Real Talk Wrestling, 215.webs.com. Got a great show for you today. Got a lot of stuff to talk about, a lot of stuff, a lot of crazy stuff, a lot of stuff going on in the wrestling world. And the NWE, we taking over. We going to the top. Buddha Mike, tell them that crazy stuff I was just hearing about. Tell them.
Yeah, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on. Supposedly there's like an online war going on between Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior.
That's crazy.
Ultimate Warrior puts Hogan on blast saying that he used coke and that he pursued his ex-wife Linda to sleep with other wrestlers. But Hogan, of course,
Hogan knows best.
Hogan, of course, denies it, and he said this dude's crazy, and he's gonna take it into. He had to get an attorney. He's gonna take it into legal action. But on his Twitter, one fan did say, Hogan, why don't you tell everybody how the Ultimate Warrior was a male escort in Atlanta?
Oh.
And
but he ain't the only one.
Hogan responded like, he's not just a male escort. Think about it. So, hey, I don't know what's going on.
If the shoe fits, you wear it, right? You know what I'm saying?
That's real crazy.
That's like, but doing work with Hulk Hogan, a lot of people don't like Hulk Hogan. I mean, if you watch the Shawn Michaels My Journey, Hulk Hogan is a straight politician. You know what I'm saying?
But I mean,
you know what I mean, he's hard to work with. Yeah, Ultimate Warrior's a little out there. I mean, James Owens is his real name. Back in the day, him and Sting were tag team partners. Back in the day, they were the Blade Runners.
He's on the scene in a minute, so
yeah. Last time I saw the Ultimate Warrior was Halloween Havoc '98. Him and Hogan fought. Like 8 years after they fought at WrestleMania 6 in the Skydome.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of
you know
development. I mean? You know, the young wrestlers coming up.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of issues, and people in WWE think that they're not making enough money with the developmental issues, with the developmental wrestlers, and they're not making enough money. So they know in FCW a big change is going to be coming.
Yeah, big
but they just don't know what. All because they know that Triple H is taking over, and he's going to put it to a whole nother level. And they just don't know what he's going to do with it. But he's also going to have Sean Waltman and Kevin Nash with him because they'll be able to,
just like the NWA.
Because he trusts them to tell the truth about the up-and-coming wrestlers. So we got to watch out for that. So see what happens with that. Yeah,
and another thing I don't understand is, right, how's the WWE let people like, for instance, one of the best wrestlers in the world, in my opinion, Shelton Benjamin, Caval, MVP, Carlito, let all them wrestlers, let them guys go and keep Brodus Clay, keep the Great Khali, keep Hornswoggle? Come on! Zack Ryder? Come on! And you let go of Shelton Benjamin, Charlie Haas? They were a great tag team, and I don't know, maybe Charlie Haas ain't up there like Shelton. Shelton Benjamin could have been a world champion, should be a world champion. In my opinion, Shelton Benjamin is too good for Impact, and that's my opinion.
Basically,
no matter what you say, I don't think Impact's up. I love Madison though. Madison Ray, I love you. Madison Rain.
Love this guy. A lot hotter.
But Madison Rain, you're my friend on Facebook. I love you.
Vince was on this big youth trip, so like I just said, we're gonna have to.
But I mean,
I can see where you're coming from. That's great talent right there, just being wasted.
Great talent. And another thing I want to talk about, Tough Enough, the other night. Andy, you know, congrats.
Deserved to win it.
Okay, let me just speak my time and then you can speak yours. Okay, alright. Now, if Steve Austin, let me speak. If Steve Austin would have never pumped his heart and brought that silent rage out of him, would he have jumped to the occasion? Luke had the smile. Luke, you even said it to me on the phone. Luke had the it factor. He had the smile, like I said on my commercial yesterday. He had the smile. He had everything. He should have won. He maybe need to get a little bigger. He came out there. He had the crowd booing him already. Not because he sucked, because he already built. They already knew to hate him because he had the crowd in his pocket.
But they already
They made the wrong decision.
They
made the
already had
Hey, congrats to Andy. I'm not knocking nobody's dream, but I feel the wrong man won.
Like he's got a pretty boy image. You know what I mean? And the WWE are.
Andy has some mic skills. Every time he talks, he's like.
They already have too many of the pretty boy people.
Maybe he don't gotta be a pretty boy. Randy Orton, look at Randy Orton ain't known as a pretty boy anymore. When he first came in, he was. I mean, the other night during SmackDown, I saw a sign that said Randy Orton, the Viper, the new rattlesnake. That was on the SmackDown sign the other night. Speaking of SmackDown, it's coming right here to our hometown, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
215.
And we will be there, of course.
Center.
Another thing I want to touch on is Jerry the King Lawler. Now, I like Jerry the King Lawler and everything.
The King.
But no, I was watching, on demand on the Legends table, and they were talking about wrestlers, the 80s. And we basically all know Jerry the King Lawler as the King on Monday Night Raw, the guy that used to say puppies and make everybody laugh. Personally, I think Jerry Lawler was a lot more funnier. But now he plays the face role, and he's still funny. He's cool. I respect the King.
Great wrestler.
But a lot of people say back in the day that they didn't like Jerry Lawler. When Jerry Lawler first came to the WWE in 1993 and debuted in the Royal Rumble, and that was the one Yokozuna won where he threw Randy Savage over the top rope. That was crazy too. Remember that?
Yeah, I thought awesome.
And Jerry Lawler came in, and Pat Patterson said at the Legends table, he said a lot of stars didn't like Jerry Lawler because he held a lot of them back in the old AWA, which was run by Vern Gagne. And when he was there, there was a rumor going around, he put his crown down and somebody took a dump in his crown.
That's crazy.
And the rumor was that it was Shawn Michaels who took the dump in his crown. Because a lot, like Kurt Hennig, a lot of them, Scott Hall, Razor Ramon, they didn't like him because they were in the AWA, and Jerry Lawler held him down. Another thing, a lot of wrestlers say Jerry Lawler doesn't drink, he doesn't smoke, and I don't think that's your twist, that's your twist. But a lot of wrestlers think, that you're not a man if you don't do that. But, whatever floats your boat, floats your boat. But I think Jerry Lawler, hey, much props to him. But you gotta remember, he's one of the greatest wrestlers ever. People know him as a commentator. He's one of the greatest wrestlers ever.
That's why he's in the Hall of Fame.
He was an AWA World Champion. Not saying a whole lot, but he did beat Kurt Hennig for it, and that is Mr. Perfect. So, you know what I'm saying?
You know what else the WWE is doing? They're, pushing for talent from, India, and they want to, expand all the way to Brazil.
Bag in a couple weeks.
They're looking for talent, and they're looking for fans. It's crazy. Well, they think it's all because what was it? The 2016 Olympics, I think it is in Rio de Janeiro. So they think money will be coming in with the economy. But on the internet, I read that last month's Over the Limit pay-per-view only drew 65,000 pay-per-view customers. Now, the
Key Arena, there wasn't that many. There was 6,000 people that we told them that before on the show. WWE's just going down.
Now, December to Remember in 06 it was. That only drew 90,000. So they said if the numbers are correct, that Over the Limit would be the least watched pay-per-view in history. It was the December to Remember, but
you know what else? I want to talk about 06.
That's crazy.
Talk about 06. What do you call it? The night RVD. Remember, if anybody remembers, one night stand in 06 where they had RVD fought John Cena for the WWE title in the Hamstring Ballroom in New York. Remember? And they said if Cena wins, we riot. So Edge came out, in the motorcycle outfit, speared Cena through the table. RVD, won the WWE title. That night, he got pulled over. He was driving back, and he was going through Philadelphia, and he got pulled over in Philadelphia by a Philadelphia police officer.
Who?
Rob Van Dam. Rob Van Dam got pulled over. I read this story. I heard this story a million times. Got pulled over by a Philadelphia police officer. He was smoking weed in his car, and he got pulled over. And the cop didn't know who he was. He's like, you don't know who I am? He's like, I was on pay-per-view tonight. He's like, I just won the WWE title. And the guy had to he had to take him like he had the radio in, the cop had the radio in. I don't know what the rest of the story was, but that's just something I thought I'd bring up. RVD, that's nothing. Impact, man. What's up with Impact, man? Impact tonight, Slammiversary.
Slammiversary, yeah.
Kurt Angle, I think Kurt Angle's going to give up them gold medals and go back to WWE, because Kurt, that's where you belong. Back in the WWE.
He ain't gonna give up those medals. That would be a slap in the face.
Why is Kurt Angle an Impact?
He's training for the Olympics, the next Olympics, to go into the Olympics.
Why is Kurt Angle an Impact? That's all I want to know. He's WWE. I mean, I don't understand. Like Jeff Jarrett said on Impact the other night, he did say something right. I knew your former employer was not making the right decision letting you go. He meant Vince McMahon. You know what I mean? For real. And what's up with Mr. Anderson? I mean, I like him.
On his thing tonight.
He's an asshole and I like him, straight up. He's imitating Sting, you know, and people want to call it disrespect. I think it's entertaining and funny. Personally, I think it's one of the best things, Impact or TNA or whatever the heck you call it nowadays. You know what I mean? I think it's great either way. You know, I think Mr. Anderson's a funny guy. I like him better as Mr. Kennedy. You know what I mean? I like him better as Mr. Kennedy, but a lot's going on in WWE.
With that,
Impact.
A lot of pools.
I want to make two predictions right now for Capital Punishment next week. R-Truth will be the first ever African American WWE champion, and Christian will win back the world title. And Christian, like I said, I love the attitude change. I love the heel. You don't need them peeps. You don't need them, Christian. Do it. Do it, Christian. Win back that title. And turn Randy Orton back, too, because Randy Orton needs to go back to punting people in the skull and ending careers like he used to. And let go of this baby-faced character. Straight up. Like Batista said to John Cena.
They tried to surround.
John, you can keep hugging fat girls and kissing babies. I'll be in the gym training.
They tried to surround SmackDown
You can't see
around
me.
those three.
Where's Lil
and
Jimmy?
let Randy Orton run with it.
Tell me R-Truth ain't out of control. Where Lil Jimmy? Where Lil Jimmy? Lil Jimmy. And then Chris is trying to say Bob the accountant. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? We're going to be going outside really soon. Thank you all people for watching us. You know what I'm saying? Thank you all for watching us. We love you. You know what I'm saying? All you haters, you know what I'm saying?
You got any questions?
Any questions?
Just hit it up on the website.
You know what I mean? Anything. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
NWE for life. Tell all your friends.
Another level.
Spread the word. NWE Real Talk Wrestling 215.webs.com. We here for life. NWE. Thank you all. Peace. Love yous.